Let's start out by explaining how someone gets started filing a Social Security claim.
Well, the first thing an individual can do, and most people start out this way, they file it on their own. So you can either go stop by the individual Social Security office. I believe there's an office in every county in the state of South Carolina. Or nowadays, as with everything, technology, you can file online. You can go to socialsecurity.gov. There's a big apply for disability button right on the screen. They make it pretty easy, pretty straightforward process to apply. So most individuals handle that first step on their own.
Okay, so now why would somebody need to file a Social Security claim?
Well, once they file, they're either going to be approved or get denied. If they're approved, then, good for them. They, Social Security will calculate their benefits and handle that. But if they are denied, they'll get a denial letter. It'll actually come in the mail to the address that they have on file. Once they get that letter, they have 60 days from the date on that letter to file for what's called a request for reconsideration.
And so what are they looking for? What's the department looking for?
To determine if someone is entitled to Social Security disability benefits, the first thing they're going to look at and see is if that person is engaged in substantial gainful employment. If they are not, that's the first step. So they have to not be engaged in substantial gainful employment. The second thing they're going to look at is going to be the impairment. They're going to want to see.
And we're talking about medical conditions, correct?
Yes. Impairment, yes, is the disability, whether that's a physical disability, whether that's a mental disability, or whether it's a combination of both.
So not just getting fired from work and being unemployed, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're disabled. So you have to have some sort of medical documentation, some type of medical condition that prevents you from going back to work.
Yes,
right?
that's what Social Security disability is there for, is for someone that cannot engage in employment any longer.
And this is actually not taking tax dollars. This is money that you've been paying in as you work to provide disability insurance for you in the event that you're no longer able to engage in work.
Every single person that gets a paycheck, you see that line on there that says Social Security, and they take that money out. That's what that money is for.
So some of that's for retirement after the age of 65, and other if you become disabled while gainfully employed and you're still insured, and we'll talk about that in a different podcast.